Welcome to Module 8, Section 4 of your B2 Residential Remodeling Contractor Exam Prep Course. In this final section of the safety module, we'll focus on emergency procedures, incident reporting, and maintaining compliance with Cal/OSHA regulations. Emergencies on a job site are never planned, but how you prepare for and respond to them defines the professionalism and legal standing of your business. As a B2 contractor, your responsibility doesn't end with installing flooring or painting walls. You must ensure that your job sites are safe, your crew is trained, and you're ready to respond swiftly and properly when things go wrong. Let's begin with emergency procedures. Every job site, no matter how small, should have a clear, written plan for how to respond in the event of an injury, fire, chemical spill, or other unexpected incident. This plan should be reviewed with all workers before work begins and should be updated if site conditions change or new hazards are introduced. Key elements of your emergency plan include the location of first aid kits, fire extinguishers, emergency contact numbers, and directions to the nearest hospital or urgent care. All workers should know who to contact in case of emergency and be trained on basic response steps for common scenarios, including what to do in case of an electrical shock, fall, tool injury, or gas leak. For many residential remodels, the contractor is often working in or around an occupied home. That means there may be children, elderly residents, or others who are not trained for job site conditions. If a fire breaks out or someone is seriously injured, seconds matter. Make sure your emergency procedures take into account not just your workers, but the household itself. Designate one person on site to lead emergency response and make sure everyone knows their role. If possible, print out a one-page emergency plan and tape it near the site entrance. When an injury occurs, the most important first step is to ensure medical attention is provided. For serious injuries, such as loss of consciousness, broken bones, lacerations requiring stitches, or anything involving heavy machinery, call 911 immediately. Stabilize the individual if you are trained to do so, and remove others from danger. Once emergency response is underway, begin documenting the incident in detail. This is where compliance begins. In California, Cal/OSHA requires that employers report serious injuries or fatalities within 8 hours of the incident. Serious injury is defined as one that requires hospitalization for more than 24 hours, involves the loss of a body part, or causes permanent disfigurement. Failing to report within the required window can result in steep fines. You can report by phone to the nearest Cal/OSHA district office. Be prepared to provide details, including the time and location of the incident, a description of what happened, the names of the injured, and the steps taken in response. Document all of this in writing as well, and keep it on file with your safety records. For less severe injuries, Cal/OSHA still requires that you maintain a record of the incident, especially if you have more than 10 employees. This is typically done using the OSHA 300 log and OSHA 301 incident report. Even if your company is exempt due to size, keeping a log of all incidents, no matter how minor, shows a pattern of diligence and can help you identify trends or recurring hazards that need to be addressed. Beyond incident reporting, there's the broader requirement of Cal/OSHA compliance. The California Occupational Safety and Health Administration sets and enforces workplace safety rules for nearly every industry, including construction and remodeling. Their standards are stricter than federal OSHA in many areas, and as a California contractor, you are expected to know and comply with them. This includes rules about PPE, fall protection, ladder safety, hazard communication, respirable silica, noise exposure, and more. Cal/OSHA inspectors have the authority to visit job sites unannounced and issue citations on the spot for violations. Common reasons for citations include lack of fall protection, unsafe electrical setups, improper ladder use, missing PP, and failure to post required notices. The key to passing any Cal/OSHA inspection and to running a safe, compliant job site is to train your team regularly, document everything, and correct hazards promptly. For example, if a ladder is damaged, remove it from service immediately and document that it has been replaced. If workers are exposed to dust or fumes, provide them with the appropriate respiratory protection and ensure they know how to use it. If a subcontractor is not following safety rules, you have the authority and obligation to stop work until the issue is resolved. Cal/OSHA holds the prime contractor, meaning you, responsible for overall site safety, even if the work is being performed by a subcontractor. You should also post the Cal/OSHA notice to employees in a visible area on the job site, provide workers with the injury and illness prevention program, and maintain records of all safety training. These steps demonstrate your compliance and can protect you in the event of a complaint or inspection. Keep in mind that workers can report unsafe conditions directly to Cal/OSHA anonymously, so it's important to maintain a culture of open communication and proactive hazard resolution. Let's also cover fire safety and evacuation planning. On remodeling sites, especially those involving demolition or electrical work, fire is a real risk. Make sure you have a charged fire extinguisher readily accessible and that workers are trained on how to use it. Keep flammable materials stored safely away from heat sources. Do not allow workers to smoke on the job site. Clearly mark exits and ensure pathways are kept clear. While a fire may be unlikely in a small bathroom remodel, it becomes much more likely when you're dealing with larger projects, older homes with outdated wiring, or heat-producing tools like soldering torches. From an exam standpoint, you'll need to know when Cal/OSHA must be notified, how to recognize a serious injury, what documents are required for compliance, and the general expectations for contractors under California's safety laws. You may be given a scenario and asked what the appropriate response is, for example, if a worker falls and breaks a leg, or if an inspector arrives and asks to see your safety plan. Your answer should reflect both legal knowledge and sound professional judgment. In summary, emergency preparedness and Cal/OSHA compliance are essential components of your role as a B2 contractor. Emergencies can't be predicted, but you can prepare for them. Create and share a clear emergency plan. Respond swiftly to injuries, report serious ones within 8 hours, and document all incidents. Follow Cal/OSHA standards diligently, correct hazards immediately, and train your crew regularly. Doing so not only keeps you compliant, it creates a safer, more professional work environment that protects your team, your clients, and your business long term.